We've got a little ways to go. I tried to break this into steps so this can be something that's fairly simple, but it seems like we are falling behind. Summer entrepreneurship logo and slogan. Logan and slogo. I have half of you done so far, but some of you didn't do this quite right. So you should have come up with a business. We did that. Catchphrase, something that's catchy. So if I go to view assignment and I check who turned things in, let's go back. And we're just going to take a look at this. And again, this isn't to embarrass anybody. This is to say this is where we are and where do we need to be. By looking at an example, you can see who did it right. So everybody attached their brainstorm that handed it in. That's great. If your name's not up here, hand it in. So if I'm going to pick on Olivia and see what she did, and she has her brainstorm here. What I do, she's babysitting. Name of the babysitting, Olivia's Best Babysitting. Slogan, she has a couple slogans brainstormed. Fun day, cheap pay is her slogan. So this is great. That is the first half of Olivia's assignment. Nice work, Liv. That looks good. So the second part I can find when I click on this, and it should show me her logo. Logo should be something very easy, something that's noticeable. You can think of a Nike swoosh or a McDonald's arches. This is a little bit complex, but not too bad. It's got Olivia's Babysitting, Fun Day, Cheap Pay, and it's a basic design. So that's good. That works. I looked at a few others that maybe don't work quite as well. So I'm not seeing it right up here right away, but I'm going to tell you an example. Somebody submitted a picture of like a lady holding a baby or something like that. Lady holding baby in sunset. If I remember right, it's something like this. This is not a logo. This is a picture of a lady holding a baby. This is something that would take a little bit of work to copy. Now, let's try this. Logo of mom. These are logos. Check these out, right? This would be a logo. It's not original because you didn't create it, somebody else did. And you can see the watermarks all over in here. That means that it's copyrighted, you can't use it, you're stealing. This would be a great logo. Baby Bond location. Again, pretty simple, easy picture. You can read lactation, not location. Excuse me. Moving on. You can see what these logos look like. If you have a logo for lawn mowing, let's type in lawn mowing of mom. No, lawn mowing logo. And let's see if they have lawn mowing logos. This is great. But again, it has copyright all over, logos.com. Yeah, no thank you. But you get an idea of what this should look like. Total lawn care. Pretty easy to copy. I can see what they're doing. It's got the name. If you want to stick a logo down at the bottom, that's fine. So you can do a Google search or something and get an idea for what a logo looks like, what it should look like. And these were supposed to be done March 18th, so if you're not done, you need to get your stuff together. In Canva.com, I'm going to go to logo, and I can see all the different logo options here, right? And maybe I want to look for mowing. And maybe they don't have mowing logos, but they've got something that I can steal surely. I went through how to do all of this already, and this was the example that I came up with and I showed you for my own logo. Yard aesthetics, green grass, great prices. Very simple. I have a hexagon with a name, with a logo, with rakes. Like, this is not complicated. I don't have a picture of a mom holding a baby on a beach. Make sense? When we're done, we go to download. PNG, hit download. It'll show up down here. That's the file that you drag in. It would also be in your downloads folder, more than likely on your desktop. Or not on your desktop, but in your Finder folder. That is what you should have handed in on the 18th. If not, it is late. I have not graded them yet. But I'm going to get to it really soon. If they're not in there, they are late. This is an assignment with a due date, and if you don't have it done, there's going to be problems. I'm going to start having to hold people in recess. That was the logo and slogan. Next thing. I have one person overachieving, turning in the flyer already. So back in Canva, under the main page, I have flyer, but just in case it's not there, I could type in FLYER here, and it will give me the flyers. Basically what you're doing is same thing for my lawn mowing business. I want to find one that would look fairly good for my lawn mowing business. and just click on it, and then you edit it, make it unrecognizable. So the things that you should have included for the flyer, make sure for the logo that you go through again and you check the rubric, because you hand it in, I'm not going to let you redo it. You do your best work the first time. Rubric, title of the business for the flyer. Your slogan needs to be in there. Illustration, logo, contact information. So going through that one at a time, I believe I may have made one already. Let me check super fast here. Hold on. Recent designs. There we go. So I made one for Mr. Hart. So here's what I have. This is the illustration. Going through, actually let's go in order. Title of business, Hart's Woodworking. All right, great. Title's in there. Slogan or catchphrase, craftsmanship from the heart. That's lovely. It's a play on his name, and that's sweet. All right, moving on. Illustration, that should be an image, a drawing, or other visual representation of your work that's not just the logo. So this would be my illustration. It could be like this. It could be like another type of logo. So if I, let me go into elements and let's look for a hammer. So I could count this also as like an illustration. That's not real great, but there needs to be something that shows what you do. So an image works well for that. Okay, so I have the illustration. Include my logo. Here's the logo that I made for Mr. Hart. It's a little more complicated than it needs to be, but still pretty basic when you compare it to something like a picture of mom holding a baby on a sunset. On a sunset, yikes. Contact information. They might think you have the best advertisement in the world and they want to hire you, but if you don't have call Jim at whatever the phone number is down at the bottom, then they can't get a hold of you. So it has to have those 5 things or you're going to miss 20% for each thing that's not there when you're done. Download. You can do a PNG. I would recommend a PDF print because this is something that we would print out on a printer, hang them up around town, and advertise. So those are the 2 things that we have that are going to be due soon. With this one, I believe it's coming up March 25th. So you have a couple days to work on this. Get it done. Get your logo done. Our next step is a jingle. Don't spend any time on the jingle yet until these 2 things are done. I think that should be it. Good luck.